Hello, welcome to another mole commentary by Audio Trap. This is a match between Mind and Uvi, and before we get into the match, by the way, if you haven't seen our blog yet that Diggity and I are doing, check it out. It's 404industries.com/starblog, STARBLOG. There's a link to it all over the place. In fact, I'll put a link in the video description for this video if you want. I mean, you don't have to go there, but it's an easy way to find out what new videos we've done if you're interested in that. Also, if you're interested in our ramblings and random StarCraft thoughts, we're going to be putting those up there as well. By the way, Uvi in the top right-hand corner here, and Mind in the bottom left corner. And getting to the game real quick here, Uvi's sending out a very, very, very early scout of some sort, and he may be trying to sneak around the back and do some kind of a proxy build. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Whatever happens here, Uvi has sent an SCV all the way around to the top of his base. Now the thing is there's no way he's gonna scout this. He's probably gonna send his first SCVs out forward. The only way he might scout this is if he decides to go for a quick expansion and sends an SCV up north to that. Although if he did go for a quick expansion, he would probably go for... No, he might go for the northern one. So if Mind goes for a quick expansion to the north, he might spot this, but it doesn't look like he's doing that. Otherwise, he would probably just get those 9 SCVs and then go straight to it, or well, depending... I'm not sure about the build on that usually. Anyways, Mind... He does not appear to be making a barracks, so he may be going for a fast expansion after all. And if he is going for a quick expansion, then he might theoretically see this. This is gonna be... Oh, this is gonna suck for Mind, though. He doesn't have his barracks even started yet. And here's Uvi starting up Marines in the back of his base. This could be a very quick game, folks. He is setting... Oh, he is setting an SCV up to make that expansion. He sees it. Oh my gosh. He's trying to kill off that SCV. It's vital. He needs to kill off that SCV so he can get that bunker down. Bringing in... If that bunker gets finished, that will be it for Mind. Oh, Mind takes out the SCV. The bunker's unfinished. Yes. Okay. So Mind is still in this game. I am rooting for Uvi, by the way, but I mean, yes is in. I wanted this to be kind of a longer game. You always see longer games on this. I don't see Uvi bringing in another SCV. He's sending something out from his base. He might be sending in another SCV after all, but Mind is doing a very good job of tracking those Marines down, trying to pick them off with his SCVs. In the meantime, Mind also using some SCVs to attack that bunker directly. If Uvi can get in, that bunker looks like it's almost complete. I think that was Uvi's SCV going in. No, it wasn't Uvi, sorry. It's hard to tell in Terran versus Terran. The video quality isn't spectacular on this one when it got imported into iMovie. Anyways, so it looks like Mind might actually be able to hold this off. He's almost got that bunker down. Uvi finishes the bunker, but it's already burning, 25 health, and Mind's SCVs are all over it. Uvi trying to repair... Oh! And now Mind finally has his own barracks out as well. It looks like Mind is going to be able to hold this off. Brilliant response by Mind. That was absolutely amazing. I actually can't believe that he was able to hold that off. He started off with no barracks, and he held it off with just those SCVs. And so very, very well done by Mind. Uvi has got to give up at this point. He may still be trying to put some pressure on here, but this rush of his has failed. It was a really, really fantastic idea, sneaking that probe and the SCV around like that, but it looks like Uvi is not. He's gonna just try to see if he can pick off some SCVs or something like that. But Mind has too many. Oh, and he did. There's a lot of damaged SCVs there, so that is a good idea by Uvi, trying to pick off those damaged SCVs, and since he knew they were there, but he's not gonna be able to accomplish any major damage at this point. He's gonna have to fly his barracks out, and you see back in Uvi's base now, going into more of a standard build. So he is going for the long haul now. And in the meantime, Mind is making that expansion there, picking away at that barracks. I'm not sure why Uvi isn't floating that barracks out. I guess he's figured he's getting his factory up anyways. There he goes, floating it out. Okay. In any case, so this is going to turn back into a standard game because even though Uvi failed on his rush, he was able to distract Mind a lot, and so I would put them on equal footing. Normally in a case where one player rushes and the other didn't, I would put the player that beat the rush on top, because then the player that rushed had to sacrifice a lot to commit to that rush, and sending out units early. And Mind actually here going for, I'm not sure why he's pulling his Marines back. Okay, I guess that Marine that he was sending out was just a scout, and he's probably just putting those Marines at that choke. No, his Marines are kind of going all over the place, so maybe he's trying to scout for another proxy, and that's kind of smart of Mind, because he didn't see the barracks, another barracks in his base, so he wanted to make sure, I guess. Well, it looks like Mind has just kind of camped no? Sorry, I'm looking at the minimap trying to track the movement of Mind's Marines, and Mind getting a factory up here. Now, if iloveoov can pick off that SCV making the factory before the factory comes up, he might be able to cause some more damage with that vulture, but it doesn't look like it's going to be able to. Mind having those Marines at the top of his ramp, and there's no way that he would be able to pick off all those Marines in time. So again, this is turning back into kind of a standard game here. Now, by the way, this is Loki, as I said. Actually, I'm not sure if I said that, actually. This map is Loki II, and one of the reasons why I was thinking it would be a long game is because this map makes for a very long game. You can see each player has a protected expansion behind their base, so it's very, very easy to defend that expansion and quick expand, as Mind was doing. There's also, you can see iloveoov there is actually taking his forward expansion. So there's another expansion just below your ramp, which is a little bit harder which is relatively hard to defend, because there's actually two ways into it, from the north and the south. Excuse me. But what that means is that there's an expansion. There's two expansions nearby your main, which are relatively easy to keep track of. And so all those minerals coming in usually makes for a long game, especially in a Terran versus Terran sort of a game. In a Zerg versus Zerg, usually they won't have time to even get that third expansion, or if they'll get it, but then it'll be crazy mutas in the air and everything. And Mind has that tank out now, so there's no chance of iloveoov doing any harassment with his vultures anymore, running his vulture back there. And both players already going into macro mode. Interestingly, iloveoov getting quick Goliaths and a starport. It looks like, I'm not sure if he was making. It looked like he was making raids. It looks like he wasn't making anything else. So I'm not sure why he got that starport unless he wanted raids. But I didn't see anything. And Mind floating his barracks down there trying to get his scout. It looks like he's going to fall back. He sees those Goliaths, though, so he knows he has Goliaths. It's possible that iloveoov expected Mind to get raids, and so that's why he went with those Goliaths. Oftentimes in situations like that, the player that got rushed or something will try and quick tech as a comeback to try and come back in the game. And so maybe iloveoov expected him to get quick raids himself, but Mind does not have a starport at all. Okay, so he is going for dropships, actually. So iloveoov is going for a drop. He's probably going to try and drop some Goliaths into Mind supply lines. That is one of the factors of this map, is you have that expansion on the side there, and it's pretty vulnerable to a drop, because it's kind of off, separated from your main base there, and relatively easy to get a drop in from the side of it without going through the other person's main. Mind, however, coming in here, and he's going to be trying to shell across, using that Marine to scout just for spotting there, but it looks like his tanks were not quite close enough. So it looks like Mind is trying to use those tanks, siege tanks, to kind of shell across. And now iloveoov going with the drop. He's not going for the expansion at all. He's going straight for Mind's main. He's going straight for the jugular here. Mind does not have any tanks around at the moment, so iloveoov is going to be able to pick off several SCVs. It all depends on how fast. Okay, so Mind did have two tanks coming out of those factories right now. iloveoov smartly picking up those Goliaths, though, and moving over to the expansion, trying to pick off some more SCVs. In the meantime, Mind has moved in, and is shelling iloveoov's natural expansion. As I said, it's rather sometimes difficult to protect because of that, and Mind does not have any anti-air, so he's not able to deal with that dropship at all. So luckily for iloveoov, he is able to kind of run rampant. And Mind has Goliaths as well, so that dropship is going to go down unless he's able to run out right now. And iloveoov wisely retreating that dropship. barely having enough health there, and is going to